women don't want a man with logic. They want a man who agrees with their feelings. They'll say, oh, I want a man that understands me. Translation, I want a man who nods his head and says, yes, baby, even when I'm dead wrong. The second logic enters the chat when you point out their contradictions or the flaws in their stories. Now you're toxic. Now you're negative. But the reality is, most women aren't looking for logic. They're looking for validation. They don't want a leader. They want a mirror. That's why when they actually do meet a man who moves with logic, who doesn't bow down to their emotions, they say he's harsh, he's toxic. They call him everything but what he really is, which is honest. Let's be honest, ladies. If you only want a man who agrees with you, then what you really want is a yes man, not a partner.
Yes. Say it again. Yes.
Make me believe it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Women want validation, not debate. They want a mirror, someone to reflect back their emotions and say, you're right, he was wrong, the world is unfair, here's a hug. Not a leader, not a truth teller, just a yes man. And let's be honest, some women don't want partnership. They want emotional backup dancers. Tell her story doesn't add up, now you're harsh. Ask why she keeps ending up in drama, now you're analyzing instead of loving. But real love isn't blind agreement, it's seeing each other clearly and growing. So men, yes, be kind, be supportive, but don't trade your spine for peace. If every time you speak truth you get labeled toxic, maybe ask, are you dating a partner or a fan club with trust issues? Stand your ground, lead with love, but don't lie. Because a woman who truly loves you won't fear your logic, she'll respect it.
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
High vibrational people struggle with relationships because they're very emotionally aware. They can feel tension in a room before a word gets said. They read hidden motives and micro expressions. They are elite at pattern recognition. When you've spent years alone, healing, unpacking, unlearning, you start to see what others haven't even looked at yet. You hear someone talk and you can already tell what their inner child went through. You can see the mask, the avoidance, the ego defense in real time. And at that level of perception, it makes people uncomfortable. This isn't because you're judging them, but because you're seeing them. And most people are still hiding from themselves. So you end up isolating, not because you're antisocial, but because small talk starts to feel like self-betrayal. But that's okay. Keep evolving. Keep doing the inner work. And eventually you'll attract people who don't feel threatened by your depth. They feel safe in it.
High vibe people don't struggle in relationships. They just see way too much. They feel tension before it exists. Spot ego masks like Easter eggs. So why the dating struggle? Because when you're that aware, small talk feels like lying. And most people aren't hiding from you, they're hiding from themselves. So when you gently reflect their truth, they ghost like you exposed them on TikTok. Keep doing the work. Stay soft, stay deep, and one day, you'll meet someone who doesn't run from your light.
If a girl comes back to you months after not being together and says, I've had this epiphany, I'm supposed to be with you, I'm going to tell you right now, you stay very calm and you say, I'm so glad that you have worked on yourself to know that the relationship we had is one that you could see in your future, but unfortunately it is not with me, but I wish you the best. You do not go back to somebody that's coming back for you, because the likelihood that she just wants to see how much control she still has over you and how much she can manipulate you to get back in your life to do things that she wants, the likelihood is very high. You need to just thank her, say I wish you well, and continue on in your life.
Women love feeling wanted, desired, irreplaceable. And some will play the long game, disappear, let you heal, then reappear like a romantic ghost whispering, "Remember me?" All to test that they still own your emotions. So don't fall for the comeback tour, especially when she left with zero closure. You're not a backup plan with good memories. Women crave validation, and manipulation isn't always loud. Sometimes it's soft, sweet, and shows up with tears and "I've missed you" texts at midnight.
I'll be back.
Where are you going?
A secret about women that they most definitely don't want you to know, and I promise you this. After you guys go through a breakup or you guys were in a situationship, whatever, at first she's going to have a lot of people surrounding her saying, "He was the problem, it's his loss, you were perfect." But within time, whether it's months or years, she's going to realize that she actually misses you, that you were a good guy, that she did up in the relationship. And once she realizes this, she is going to come back and she's going to try to fix things with you. This is why I feel like it's so dangerous to talk to other people after going through a breakup, because not many people are going to call you out on your. And even if they did call her out, she's still going to believe that she wasn't the problem, because it hurts knowing that she lost a good man.
Same breakup, two totally different experiences. She gets comfort, support, flowers, girls' nights, "he's lucky to lose you" speeches. He gets, "bro, just move on" memes, side eyes from friends, and zero emotional space to grieve. She's allowed to miss him. He's told to delete her number and level up. So while she heals with love, he heals alone, pretending it didn't hurt. And when she finally realizes what she lost, don't be surprised if she shows up again. Not because she's healed, but because she's lonely, nostalgic, or scared of being alone. But here's the power move. If she left once, let her walk again.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers.
Women don't respect self-improvement. They don't respect seeing you during the process of self-improvement and actually doing it. Does that make sense? Absorbing the knowledge. Like, you're supposed to self-improve and let her just benefit from the self-improvement, versus she's observing you self-improve, because females don't really put as much stake into self-improvement that we do. Like, men understand, I must self-improve if I want to get women, if I want to get respect from my peers, if I want to get money, if I want to get status. I must self-improve. Women get that shit given to them from the beginning. They don't have to self-improve. They can just be them. That's why we have so many dumb out here that are out here getting a rich husband or out on yachts or whatever. The whole concept of self-improving and learning game, making money, getting in the gym, etc. Women don't really understand this. They don't really know it because they don't have to do it.
The main reason that she does not like you, or the main reason that she stops liking you, is because she knows that she can have you. There is one very specific problem that every single guy has inside of their game when it comes to attracting women. And women only want what they can't have. Women only desire the men that they are not completely sure that they can actually obtain a relationship from. That is the men that women like. If you don't show any interest at all, you run the risk of getting put in the friend zone. And she goes, is this guy even, like, really trying to have, like, a true masculine and feminine dynamic with me? Is this guy, like, showing any amount of interest? Does this guy have any confidence to actually ask me out? If you don't show any intent, you run the risk of getting put in the friend zone. The opposite is also true. The opposite problem is this: if you are too overt and you give away too much of the perceived power, okay, or you give too much compliments or too much validation, or you are too overt in the interaction with your interest level, you lower your perceived value, and now she questions if she wants to be with you because you've revealed your interest level.
He says, the main reason she stops liking you, she knows she can have you, and that's when the switch flips. Not because you're unattractive or unworthy, but because you gave away your mystery too fast. You showed all your cards, too many compliments, constant texting, over-validation, I like you energy from day one. Now she feels no tension, no challenge, no fear of loss, just a guaranteed yes. And guaranteed equals boring. But flip it. If you show zero interest, friend zone. Too much interest, you become an option, not a prize. The sweet spot? Be warm but unavailable. Show attraction but never desperation. Let her work for your attention just enough to stay engaged. Because women are wired to want what's uncertain, what's out of reach, what doesn't beg. Once you've revealed you're all in, the power shifts. She holds all the cards, and most will fold, not because they hate you, but because they don't value what comes too easy. So if you've been played, ghosted, or taken for granted, the ultimate power move isn't begging, it's walking. Working on yourself, living so well she sees it in your silence. Then and only then, she realizes what she lost. Not because you chased, but because you left. Because nothing makes a woman miss you like seeing you thrive without her.